An end of an era. Eden Zero season finale. We have been through it. On this channel we have reviewed every single video of Eden Zero, and I'm really sad to see it go now because Eden Zero is a great anime. People say it's like Fairy Tail, people say that the drawing, the characters are all too similar, but for me Eden Zero is its own anime and it is a great anime to watch. I am really sad that season 1 has come to an end, but there was a little bit of a sneak preview of what could happen in season 2. So what we're going to do in this video is we're just going to review Eden Zero episode 25, the season finale. We're going to just review it, and I know it's going to be sad for some of you guys because Eden Zero was a great anime and now season 1 has sadly come to an end. But just remember, season 2 will most likely happen, and what we can do as fans is keep watching it, keep giving that positive feedback, and make sure that Eden Zero is all around the world so that everyone knows about the anime, because that is the best way as us fans to support the anime. But without further ado, let's get right into Eden Zero episode 25, the season finale. So, what happened at the beginning of Eden Zero episode 25? Well, it was a little bit of an interesting start, where it looks like now Homura has actually overcome her sadness of Valkyrie's death. Even though she is still at her grave and everything, looks like she's slightly overcome it, and it just gave a quick preview of what happened in the previous episode. Then it went back to the current episode where Homura is just standing up and everyone is just around her, and it looks like Shiki is entering the final stages of his fight versus Madame Kurenai. So what happens is they are just fighting one another. Madame Kurenai has this little tracker on her robot that says what is happening around her planet, if there's any movements, and it looks like there was a little bit of a signal where Drakenjo is actually moving his ship towards the planet. She doesn't know that Drakenjo is actually hunting for Eden Zero, so she is saying, I want to quickly end this battle between me and Shiki before I start to deal with Draken. So then she powers up the machine to its full power and starts to fire off some lasers and even fire off some missiles, because it looks like she really wants to take down Shiki as quick as she can before she starts to fight off Drakenjo. So then it goes into an interesting phase where Shiki has to just dodge everything that's come towards him. He dodges the laser, he even dodges the missiles, but the missiles are auto tracking him, so literally wherever he goes the missiles go with him. And even if he tries to dodge it at the last second by just standing in one place next to a building, dodges it, the missiles are not exploding as they normally would. They just go into the building and then just come right back out, and they just keep tracking onto Shiki, because those missiles are designed perfectly where they don't explode until they have reached their target, and in this case the target is Shiki. So Shiki, using his brilliant mind, was able to use a little bit of an interesting tactic where what he did was he actually went up to Madame Kurenai's robot, and Madame Kurenai thought that he was going to do the same thing that he did before, where he was just going to dodge at the last second, but he had a little bit of something else in store for her. So what he did was he actually wanted to use the power that the missiles had. So he used the kinetic energy of the missiles to power himself up, and by powering himself up, he was able to convert the kinetic energy from the missiles into his own body and then use it against the machine. So he was able to literally put such a force onto it that he actually transformed into that same mode that he was on when he was fighting Elsie for the first time. So if you remember, he went sort of like this gravity ether demon mode, where he literally had all of the ether gear symbols surrounding his body, and he literally looked like he was actually going to transform into a demon. But in this case it happened a little bit slower than that, and let's just say it was so powerful that one hit from that literally destroyed the robot, and literally Madame Kurenai has now been defeated. So then what happens after that is Shiki grabs Madame Kurenai, drags her at the robot, and then he says that he's gonna go drag you to Homura, because what he's gonna do is he's gonna reunite Homura with Madame Kurenai, and of course Homura is gonna decide what she wants to do with Madame Kurenai. So then as he is dragging her along, it goes back to Homura and everyone, where they are discussing about what's happening and how Homura could have probably, if she was more into the fight, there probably would have been less damage. But then suddenly all of the Punisher robots on Madame Kurenai just suddenly shut down. A little weird because everyone was thinking that they just won the war, but who was it in the background that stopped it? Well, it was none other than one of my favourite characters in Eden Zero. It was Nino. Nino stopped the machines from going more active or even attacking by shutting them down completely, which was very sick of him. He is a great character. Even though he does know that he actually has done some bad things, he is trying to do a little bit of, let's just say a little bit of going on the right path, where he's actually now shut down those machines and saved everyone, which was a great moment. So then it goes to Homura and Rebecca where they're just talking, and then out of nowhere Shiki comes in, and who is he dragging along? Well, he is dragging along Madame Kurenai, and then he just tosses her towards Homura. Everyone around, so the rebellion force that's around Shiki, starts to say that we want to get our payback and revenge on what Madame Kurenai did, but of course Shiki stops them all, and as he is stopping them all, he just says to everyone, okay, it's not our job to decide what is going to happen to Madame Kurenai, it's going to be Homura's job. So then he gave the decision to Homura on what Madame Kurenai's fate should be. So then Homura goes into an interesting mode where she actually doesn't even, let's just say she literally said full stop, I don't care about you, thank you for bringing me into this world, but I don't give a damn about you, I don't care about you, I have no other feelings before you besides that one. And literally what I want you to do is I want you to run. I want you to go get out of my life, and by doing so I want you to never ever cross paths with me in my life ever again. So that was a really respectable thing that Homura did, because she could have cut her down. She was about to cut her down, but she said this instead. So that was great for Homura to do, because she was able to control her anger and control herself and literally give out a right judgment for Madame Kurenai, even though she probably didn't deserve it because she is the one that killed Valkyrie. So she gave her a really just ending, I would say. So then Madame Kurenai just ran off, and everyone was happy with that decision because they just respected what Homura said. So then it goes off to Madame Kurenai. She's saying how manipulative her daughter is and how gullible she is, but then before she can start thinking anything else, she gets attacked by some other gangs. And who is it? Well, if you remember a couple of episodes ago, Madame Kurenai actually burnt one of the guys' faces that was interviewing for a job, and he actually came in wearing an iron mask, and he just started to beat up Madame Kurenai with a bat. So she got her own karma back, and literally now she has been, let's just say, she's become their pet. So yeah, it's sort of justice deserved for everyone that has gone through her pain and suffering. So then it goes back to everyone in the crew. They are just parting ways with Valkyrie's body, and then they are just returning back to the Eden Zero ship. As they are returning back, they break the news about Valkyrie's death to the other shining stars, and it goes to Shomei for a bit, where she starts to discuss the future of the planet, where it looks like that planet actually becomes a very well known, but this time it's actually a good planet, where even though there are people working there like they were before, this time they are actually free workers. They can do whatever they want. They're not forced to be there, work 24/7. They can do whatever they want, and it's become a very good planet because someone else has actually taken charge of it, who is actually a good guy. But then Shomei says that she's revealed too much, and then she just goes back to the crew, where they are just discussing the final moments of Valkyrie, and yeah, they're just discussing her death. Sister and Witch, you can tell that they were just angry because they didn't bring Valkyrie's body back to the ship so that Sister could repair it. Of course, Hermit was crying because of Valkyrie, because them two had a special relationship, and it was a very sad moment because the Shining Stars, they lost one of their 4 Shining Stars, and for them that really hurt them hard. But Sister and Witch didn't look like they were showing too much emotion, and let's just say Valkyrie's body has now become a symbol of hope on the planet, so they've left her body there as a symbol of hope. So then it goes into a little bit of a sad moment where Sister is getting really angry, and she says that we could have brought her back by using some of the backup memory that we have. And even though Witch said that would be correct, she wouldn't be the real Valkyrie because she wouldn't have the feelings or the emotions that she has with those memories. Yes, she can have the memories, but she won't remember the feeling that she had during those times. The feelings that she had towards Homura as a mother, and she wouldn't be the same. So then, let's just say it goes a little bit sad because then Sister and Witch just go out, and then everyone else is talking about, well, just before that happened, Homura said that she'll become the next Valkyrie and she will take her place as another shining star, which was a little bit surprising because it was a lot coming from Homura, especially, of course, what she experienced. But then again, it was sort of good because then that gave Witch and Sister a little bit of hope that Valkyrie still lives within Homura. But then before they could say anything else, they just exited out, and everyone else was just discussing like nicknames for Homura because she's gonna become the next Valkyrie. And it was a little bit of a funny moment where they were just thinking about names. Let's just say Pino and Shiki don't know good names, and Hermit just said, why don't you just stick to Homura, because that is the name Valkyrie. Well, she sort of gave you it, so why don't you just stick by that? And Homura just says yes. Then it goes off to Sister and Witch, where they are just standing like at a cliffboard, and it looks like the ship that Draken Joe was going towards, it was actually a hologram created by the ship. So Witch actually knew that Draken Joe was coming towards them. She actually created a hologram, and Draken Joe was fooled by it. So he's actually slightly more angry because of what they have done and the way they tricked him. So then it goes back to Witch. She says that our plan worked out with the hologram, but probably now they have noticed. And now it just goes into a sad moment where Witch and Sister start crying about how Valkyrie has passed away. Even though she has passed away, she still lives on in their hearts, and let's just say they will remember her as a great comrade, and they just have a little bit of a sad moment there. Trust me, it was a very sad moment for them. And then the episode ends off with a little bit of a high, where it looks like now the crew are now just starting to set off on their next journey, and Xiaomei actually reveals a little bit of information where she sort of like gives a tease of what happens in the next one, like saying, what is gonna happen next on Shiki's journey. There's gonna be so much that's gonna happen, so make sure to stay tuned, and trust me, we will be back as soon as possible. And it's sort of like giving us reassurance that hopefully, fingers crossed, there must be a season 2 coming out hopefully soon. I don't know when, most likely next year, but we should get a season 2 of Eden Zero. And yeah, then the episode ends off with a little bit of a high about how everyone's going to be revealed next season, about the captain of Eden's One, the true identity of Draken Joe, and how he's going to fight Shiki. And let's just say, even though it ends off with a high, the ending was a little bit interesting. I'm going to review the ending because that was like a preview or a trailer to the next season, so make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for that, because that trailer was, let's just say, a lot, and I mean a lot happened in that trailer. So subscribe to find out what happened. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This will probably be the last time that I will upload Eden Zero's episode review until the second season comes out. So for this video, can we get 30 likes? Not for me, but for the awesome anime Eden Zero, which we have been with from episode 1. Trust me, it's been a long journey, and if you are still here with us and you are an OG fan that has actually watched all of my reviews, say that you're an OG by commenting down below that you're an OG. Thank you guys for watching this video. Take care and peace.